All, no jury from nowhere, from what I know of. I'm not aware of that. So you probably need to go ask Michelle about what that purchase was instead of having another opinion that breeds lies.
Mr. Patz, I would like you to, if you wouldn't mind, ask him to stop using that word.
Don't use the term lie.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Just, you have a difference of opinion. She's not lying.
Yeah.
She's asking you questions.
Okay.
And you just answer them. You don't have to volunteer information. Just answer the question.
Okay.
If you can.
Okay.
Don't involve yourself in colloquy.
Okay.
On July 24th, 2014, you paid $1,000 to the Smith Anderson Law Firm, and then another $1,000 on October 21st, and then $2,000 on March 3rd. What was that firm used for?
I don't know. I can't tell you.
No idea what you hired a law firm for and spent $4,000 on?
I can't tell you. You probably need to go ask her.
We did this one, right?
Yeah, but now we know this might be first.
Oh.
You don't know.
That's true. Jeff Wiseman was an attorney you hired also. You recall that?
I think I do, but I'm not.
It was just in September.
In September.
He specializes in foreclosures, things like that.
Yeah, I think that's our land attorney with the temp age, because he stepped in to for the forwarding of what we're doing with the home. The other
For
two,
the what?
The forwarding of the purchase of the home that
What do you
we're
mean the
having.
forwarding of?
Well, you know, the proceeding toward doing that. We were supposed to put 20% down on the home, not only what you normally do when you purchase a home of that size with a bank. Is usually $500K, but we only put down $250, and we're supposed to put down the other $250. And he's the lawyer that we hired. He's drawn up all the contract concerning that, with that as well. So that's part of the purchase. That's part of the process of the, I guess, the other papers you need. So
you're going to give this Mr. Lewis another $250,000?
yeah, that's the 20% down on the
When's
home.
that supposed to happen?
I'm not sure. They all,
Well, if you've got the money to pay another $250,000, how about using some of that money to pay Debbie?
You don't have to answer that question.
Okay.
That's not a question, it's a statement.
All right, you testified at your last deposition that JMMI owns 3 vehicles, a BMW, a Mercedes, and a Bentley.
Yes.
Okay. Where is the BMW located?
It's in St. Louis.
Where?
At the residential center.
And what about the Mercedes?
Same.
It's at the residential center. And the Bentley?
Yes.
Residential center?
Yes.
And where are the keys to that located?
Same place.
Have you driven those cars?
Yes.
Is Michelle?
No. We usually have a driver. No.
So what are those cars used for?
Basically, when I have guests that come in town, or anytime ministry
What'd you say?
events, anytime ministry events.
Anytime ministry events?
Ministry events. We have that kind of thing.
What do you mean we have that kind of thing?
I'm sorry, what you say?
You said anytime we have ministry events, we have
That kind of thing. I said that kind of thing.
Yeah, what do you mean that kind of thing?
A ministry event.
Right.
Something, a crusade, or maybe a service, or some kind of ministry function, say it that way.
In St. Louis?
It could be St. Louis, it could be here or other places, but usually we keep them residentially there in St. Louis.
So you drive like the Bentley to Detroit or Taylor?
No, don't do that.
All right, so are those pretty much used exclusively in St. Louis?
Mostly exclusive in St. Louis.
And you said, but you use a driver a lot. I know you have a driver here today, 2 of them.
Yes.
Why do you have 2 drivers today?
Well, they're not just drivers. They're just adjutants. That's
They're what?
adjutants
Adjutants?
or security. You want to call it that?
What was the word you
security.
used?
Adjutant. That's a church term. So let's just say security. Maybe you'll
Security
understand
for
that better.
whom?
For who?
Yeah, for whom?
For me, I guess. They're the ones that's here with me, right?
You require security?
Yeah. Yes.
Why?
Well, I mean, doing ministry or being in the public is very sometimes dangerous. And you have crazy people out there. And they have done crazy things, so.
To you?
Well, try to at least.
Like what?
I mean, any minister that is in front of the masses will go through something like that.
You think that any minister has security?
I mean, the Pope has a
No, he
a
doesn't.
thing that.
He actually
that-
doesn't.
Yeah, that.
He drives a Focus.
No, no. I'm talking
So
about that.
you're equating yourself with the Pope?
No,
Okay.
I'm saying that that little thing he buys costs $2 million, or how many ever millions? That's a bulletproof, right?
He doesn't drive that.
Well, somebody
doesn't
drives
use it.
them. Well, what I'm saying to
Hold
you,
on.
that
Pope
our
Francis
Catholic,
does not
let me say
use
this:
it.
the Catholic Church spend billions of dollars on security. So don't.
So you're saying that you're like the Catholic
No,
Church?
but I'm saying the little security that I do have, don't try to degrade that. Because
No, I'm curious
there
why
are
you
places
feel
that
you
you
need
all
it.
know that have security, so it's not a big deal.
I personally do not know of one pastor that uses security. Not one.
That's not true.
Can you tell me any others that do?
Many.
Name one.
Pat Robinson.
Oh, you equate yourself with those folks, those TV folks.
Well, I mean, we're all doing the same kind of ministry, basically, around the world. So we have security because things happen. So it's important. I mean, I'm sure you've heard of people just coming in churches shooting people and stuff. So it's important to have that.
It's
Very
important to have security. Are these
yes.
people armed?
No, they're not armed.
So what kind of security could they provide? They supposed to
They're
take the
just here
bullet?
to help.
Absolutely no security is what they would have provided, is nothing. They would have provided no security to David at all. Nothing. I know. Right, Sean Ernest, David innocent until proven Gucci. Until proven Gucci. Gucci in the court of law. He's innocent until proven Gucci. Until proven Gooch grease. Until proven Gooch grease in the court of law. Not here they weren't. After this they were, but not here. Cliff had told me that they weren't armed. No, he was like, he's all, dude, would you do bleed on me? All right. So what we're going to talk about tonight is the sexual exploitation of the women that David messed around with. That's what he did. It's called sexploitation. It's a real term. And what it is, right here, bam. Right here, revenge porn, extortion, online grooming. See, this is why. Let me take David's fucking Captain Crunch looking ass off of here for a minute here. All right. Okay, here we go. Sexploitation laws, okay? These are set into place. Hey, what's up, non-work? How you doing? These were set into place because people were actually committing suicide over this type of shit. It was a real deal. So if you get caught in the act of doing this, like David already has, saying, hey, I'm going to send these pictures out, it's called sexploitation, and it's a real deal. Okay, and you can get charged for it because now, like, nobody wants these types of images put out on the internet, right? That's the kind of the downside of the internet. You're going to put that stuff out, it lives forever on the internet, okay? So, but David, to use it as revenge is not okay And I know he's used it for revenge in the past. I don't know if he's actually sent it out, but I know for sure that he had his minor son send out like explicit images of his own fucking mom. Oh, Tim, Rim Allen. Oh, his bank account's got to be fucking dead empty. And let me go ahead and pull this up here real quick. Let me just go ahead and pull that doc up real fast here, guys. That's going to be... Let's see here. I think this is it right here. There it is. Okay. (2014 to 2023) is what they have right now with David's iCloud. So they haven't got to 2024, 2025. Okay. So they still got a ways to go before they're going to find all the information out. Oh, and that's the thing. David involved his own fucking son. You know, JMA, the media, that's kind of where we're at with it, bro. How are they operating, right? Michelle, I know for sure, got money yanked out from underneath her. Okay. Somebody sent her a bunch of fucking money, like six figures, bro. 6 figures. And the feds rug pulled her, bro. The feds fucking rug pulled the money right out of the bank account. They're like, nope, that's ours. You know, Daniela, some of the gentlemen on here said who've done time. They're like, dude, I was locked up with guys who had hundreds of thousands. I'm like, God damn. That's why David is a danger, and that's why the judge told him you're a danger to the community. And probably because she had just found all this out, like, yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so. We can't let you out. So kudos to the judge, right? Kudos to the judge for seeing through David and being like, yeah, no, I don't think I can let you out. You are a danger. And if I let you out, there's a risk that you're going to go right back to your criminal activity. And there's also a risk that you're going to go out and threaten and intimidate these witnesses. Yeah, they're operating because people are donating millions in sacrifice. Yeah. Yeah. Well, over the time span, it's like 12 images per day, Danielle. I did the math already. Likely over 10,000 videos. Like, they're still counting. Like, that's fucking insane, bro. That's just insanity to possess that many explicit images. Yeah, I look, threats found in iCloud. Look right here, right there. There's the exploitation right there. There's the exploitation right there. Bam. Hey, cat mom, mother of all pussies. Meow. This right here will sink David. I think it was 12. Trent, I did a total of the fifth. I just did 50,000 divided by the number, and it came out to 12. Fuck yeah, he is. And they found it in his fucking iCloud. What a dumb shit. Stupid fuck. Look right here. Look, there's another exploitation right there. You don't want your kids to see this. If you say my name, I'm gonna use them against you. Fucked up, dude. Fucked up. Yeah, fucked up. Fucked up, dude. David fucked up big time by putting all this shit in text messages and storing it in his fucking iCloud. He's like, hey, you know what? I know exactly where I'm gonna put this in the cloud because you know what? Nobody will ever think to look there in the iCloud. Nobody will ever look there in the iCloud. Nobody thinks to look in the cloud. Yeah, that's the first place they fucking went, probably. Hey, go get his iCloud. Dude, I thought about buying a track phone today just so I could call. just so I could call. I did. I thought about buying a track phone. I was at the Dollar General today. I was like, fuck, I should get a track phone just so I could call. Oh, I'm sure his lawyers are like, dude, you're fucking stupid. If I was his lawyer, I would be telling him he's dumb. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, what do we say in the service? 15 will get you 20. Yep. There better not be any images of children on his phone. That's all we can say. Yep. Yeah, even the dumbest criminals know to use a burner. David's all, nah, fuck that. You know what? I'm just going to put everything on the cloud, man. They'll never look there. They're not that smart to look on the iCloud. And his lawyer, well, hey, Dave Rich, you got to think about it. Yeah. But this case is a fool's bet. I know. That's what David did. He's all, you know what? I don't want the feds to have to do that hard of a job. I'm going to go ahead and prepare the evidence for them, okay? Right, Rib Allen? Exactly, Sean. Exactly. Money. They don't give a fuck. Money, bro. Money. They see all his assets. They're like, well, we're getting paid one way or the other. Might take them some time, but these lawyers are going to get fucking paid. Oh, dude, I don't even want to know what else he documented, Rim Allen. I mean, they found fucking gold bars that weren't documented that he should have claimed as a donation, but he didn't. So there's money laundering right there. $500,000 roughly. They said 200 ounces. So the math at the time, like, fuck, it was almost like fucking 800,000 is like 8 and some change. This is all just prosecution at this point, everybody, okay? This is all just prosecution. The apostle would never take that many images. Yeah. Hey, Megan Fitzgerald. Welcome. We're talking about how exploitation, like, and what it is, sexploitation, how there are laws against it, and how we have evidence of David doing it. So it's like, David's fucked. Like, sexual extortion, coercion into providing sexually explicit images or videos under the threat. Right there. Bam, right there. Look. If you don't do this, or if you talk about me, I have your images. I'm going to send it out to the internet and tell everybody that you did this. That's called sexual extortion. And it is a fucking law. Look, right under the U.S. Department of Justice. Oh, man. Oh, shit. Fucking hating life. It goes right to the Department of Justice. Yeah, I bet, dude, I think they just barely tapped into the fort, dude. And they said the count is ongoing. I mean, what's that tell you? Oh, Megan, they're in deep shit, Megan. They're in deep shit, man. Yeah, they're in some deep shit. Look, Megan, look what they found on David's fucking iCloud. Look, this is legit, yeah. 40,000 images plus 10,000 videos. And now what David did, right? We're talking about sexploitation and exploitation laws, right? When it comes to like revenge porn and sexual images. It's all laid out in the Department of Justice. We didn't make these laws up, okay? I hope, I pray that they bring online grooming in as an enhancement. I really do. I hope they bring online grooming in as an enhancement, because David was using the internet. David was using the internet to groom people. He was using electronic means. He wasn't even there for a sermon. He was using the fucking internet. Online grooming. He was literally grooming his members from fucking Shutaway. Dude, he's fucked. And this should go with minors and adults, okay? Because this can go both ways. Adults can be exploited too. Well, no, not necessarily. Not necessarily, Sean, because the human trafficking prosecutor also got added to Michelle's case. No, I think Lindsay Robertson is going to hand the fucking book to them both. I can't wait. I can't wait to see what she's capable of, man. Like Lindsay Robertson. Hey, Rachel Bone, what up, what up, what up? Lindsay Robertson coming onto this is huge. Like, that's all she does. Human trafficking. That is her bread and butter, dude. That is what she studies. Human trafficking. This woman went to Uganda to study human trafficking. It's like the fucking melting pot of human trafficking. She went there to study the effects, causes, long-term effects. This is like, she's fucking making toast in the morning with fucking human trafficking. She's like, all right, we'll talk about today human trafficking. Parbs, I think there were minors involved. I do. We haven't found that out yet. And I know, Megan, you haven't been out in a bit here. Yeah. Hey, Matt Moore, what up? We're talking about David we're looking at the criminal division of the Department of Justice. Okay. We're talking about sexploitation and what they are, what it is, what it entails, and how David used it against the people who talked about him. You want to hear what she has to say about it? Oh, dude. Rim Allen, you're going to love her, bro. She's going to fuck David's day up with a smile and a Coke, bro. She's going to walk into that courtroom and she is just going to mop David the fuck up. And I can't, oh my God, this is like, oh, dude, this woman. Oh, dude, no, this woman is a bread and butter prosecutor for treatment trafficking, dude. That's all she prosecutes. Listen to what she does. Listen. This is what David's up against now.
My name is Lindsay Robertson, and I serve as the Senior Legal Counsel for the Human Trafficking Institute. In this role, I'm privileged to be a part of the Institute's mission of decimating human trafficking at its source by empowering governments to form specialized investigative units to prosecute traffickers. Together with my colleagues, I co-lead our country project work abroad in Uganda and Belize, and at home in our efforts in the United States. The mission of the Institute is simple, but it is far from easy. Today, with the uncertain times we are all living in, the Institute's work is more vital than ever. At its core, human trafficking, whether it's for labor or commercial sex, is the coercive exploitation of another human being for a trafficker's profit. It is a complex crime that affects every possible demographic in every corner of the globe, including the United States. As a former state and federal human trafficking prosecutor, my experience has shown me that combating human trafficking effectively requires specialized knowledge and highly skilled justice professionals working together to achieve the same goal, holding traffickers accountable. In North Carolina, I prosecuted the first sex trafficking cases in the state and co-founded a victim service organization because there's no way to prosecute trafficking without also supporting survivors. At the Department of Justice, I learned that traffickers tailor their methods of coercion to exploit specific vulnerabilities of their victims, and that it often takes a skilled practitioner to prosecute a crime that can so easily be hidden in plain sight. The Human Trafficking Institute was founded by bringing together a team of subject matter experts, including former prosecutors, agents, victim service specialists, and researchers who work to empower the governments of other countries to build their own specialized units that allow them to stop traffickers. In order to assist those most vulnerable to trafficking, we must first empower the professionals capable of identifying and prosecuting the criminals who exploit them. We recently had the pleasure of introducing you to my colleague, Tyler Dunman, another veteran human trafficking prosecutor living and working in Uganda as special counsel to the Director of Public Prosecutions. Even during lockdown, and maybe especially during this lockdown, his work has been instrumental to the ongoing prosecution of human traffickers. Last week, he assisted prosecutors in filing trafficking charges and making arrests in 2 new cases. While the global pandemic adds a new level of difficulty to already challenging work, our team is working tirelessly to assist those who need help the most. What you should know is that whether the Institute is working in Belize or in Birmingham, in Uganda or Utah, our mission remains consistent: to equip and encourage specialized investigative units to expertly prosecute this prolific crime and hold traffickers accountable for their conduct. While we further our work in Belize by training law enforcement and assisting in the creation of a specialized unit, we are able to assist prosecutors in the United States at the same time by drafting briefs to educate federal courts to ensure the appropriate sentencing of traffickers. I'm excited today to share with you another one of the unique ways that the Human Trafficking Institute accomplishes its mission in the United States and encourages best practices around the world. Since 2017, the Institute has published an annual federal human trafficking report. This report did not previously exist and provides a unique resource to practitioners and the public alike by presenting an in-depth analysis of every criminal and civil human trafficking case handled by federal courts in the United States. As you'll see, this report identifies methods of coercion and types of recruitment used by traffickers to exploit victims, and also provides an expert analysis of trends in federal prosecutions over the last several years. The report highlights how human trafficking survivors are also using civil lawsuits to seek damages for the harm suffered at the hands of their traffickers. We hope that the 2019 Federal Human Trafficking Report serves as a valuable tool for those seeking to improve the ways that we combat trafficking in the United States and around the globe. By learning and sharing our work today, you are helping decimate human trafficking at its source, and we could not be more grateful for your support.
Okay. That's Lindsay Robertson. Huh. And yeah, she's going to use David to mop the fucking floor. Dude, this is David's, like, you know what's really nice about it too, Megan? Is the prosecution was slowly laying out their hand, right? It's like they had the whole fucking flesh in their hand. They're like, okay, you want the hand to come out? Okay, human trafficking, money laundering, forced labor. It's like, there is no, with human trafficking, we got sexploitation. We'll leave that up for a bit because we're still kind of talking about that. Now, we've been talking about the Blue campaign, and I want to give a big shout out to Soups, okay? And listen up to the members that are still there. Please listen. Please listen and take this very serious because this is very real, okay? If you need help, okay? You guys literally, let me tell you, you guys literally have a free fucking restart at life right now. No questions asked. No questions asked. That lady right there that you just saw, let me tell you something. They're going to help you. They're going to help you. It's already happening to people who have left the cult. It's already happening. Soups, guess what? Big fucking shout out to Soups for getting back in school today. They're already helping her. They're getting her squared away right now. She's like, Rich, I'm going to go into medical coding. I was like, no shit. She's like, yeah, I'm going into medical coding because I heard you talk about it. And it's something where I could stay at home, help my family, be with my family, and help my family and spend the time that I've been away. And she's like, I start next week, 3 days a week. So fucking big shout out to Soups. Yeah, big fucking shout out. Big fucking shout out to you, Soups. Let me tell you something. Big shout out to Soups. It's going to be so much fun going back to school. Oh, it's the best. It's so much fun. Okay. Now, when we're talking about the human trafficking, right? I knew what was going on. I fucking knew it. You can't. It was too out in the open, man. David was too fucking unsmart about it. Okay. Yeah, you are never too old to go back to school. Let me tell you that. Nope, you're never too old to go back to school. That's what I was telling her. Yeah, when I was starting going back to school, and I was sitting in class with like 70-year-olds, and he's like, I just want to be here to learn. I'm retired. I retired from 2 jobs. I got all this time on my hands. Just come sit in class and learn. Mm-hmm. Dead serious. Yeah, some of my history classes, I sat with like old school veterans and shit that were just in there just to be there to learn. They all they had was time. They're like, I don't have nothing to do. I just want to come to class to learn. I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. Why not? Why not get that community? Is great. It's great. So yeah, I encourage anybody. I don't give a shit what age you are. If you're thinking about going back to school, just do it. Just go. Don't think about it. Just do it. Just do it. It's well worth it. Okay. Hey, what up, Manny? Blue campaign. Well, we're talking about how David used sexploitation to control the women. And there are laws against it. You will, Sue. You will, Soups. Don't even sweat it. You will. Hey, what up, Will Cartoons? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Remember, all I'm offering is the truth. Nothing more.
All I'm offering is the truth. Nothing more. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's by state, but anytime there's child laws involved, like children involved that you do, they kick it up to federal. Most of the time. Just don't do it, okay? These aren't. He's got to. Yeah. You're teaching older people as they want to learn. And that's exactly what I was telling Soups is this generation, like this generation of kids, they want to get rich quick. That's all they want to do is get rich quick. And you can't do that. You can't get rich quick, man. You get rich quick, you spend it quick. I need to get that cut on here. You can't handle the truth. I want the truth. You can't. You goddamn right. I ordered the code red. I need to get that one too. You goddamn right. I ordered the code red. Yeah, you can. You can get rich quick. It's called crime, slang, and dope. I mean, you can run a scam like David. Yeah, David got rich quick. That's why we're here. We're like, whoa, 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 wait a second here. Yeah, David got rich quick, and we're like, wait a second here. Wait a second here. But again, this is just about the exploitation, man. And it's a very scary thing. And I've followed stories about, men, women, children, teenagers, all ages committing suicide because of exploitation. It's a very serious thing. And it happens. And I don't know how YouTube's going to feel about me talking about it, but it happens on YouTube. Okay. David was exploiting people and he was using his channel, YouTube, to run a full-blown human trafficking ring. And we were telling you guys this. You need to take his channels down if you ever come across this video, but I don't think you'll ever take his channel down for whatever reason. But this cult leader we've been talking about, he ran his entire operation on YouTube. And now look at what he's being charged with: human trafficking and forced labor and conspiracy to commit money laundering. And all of his scheme was done right here on YouTube. Now, doesn't that fall under your guidelines of spam and scams? Danger to the community? Yes. Aren't you guys, YouTube, you're supposed to help keep the community cleaned up, right? We've been reporting this sack of shit. You guys haven't done a fucking thing about it. Fucking assholes. Fuckers. We have a human trafficking prosecutor. We have a financial specialist and somebody who specializes in forced labor. Like, David hit the trifecta here. It's like you couldn't hit the trifecta even any more better. And not only that, he's like, hey, here's my text messages to show that I was actually doing all this shit too. It's horrible. Look right here. Look at this one right here. This is another big one. Sick fuck. Sick fuck this man was. And he needs to be exposed for what he was, a sick fuck. This is a dangerous, dangerous man to have somebody do this to his own fucking mother. I don't even want to know, Rim Allen. I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know, Rim Allen. Look at this. Depraved nature of David's character. We knew this. We knew David was a sick fuck. We've been saying it. And we knew he was exploiting people. We've been saying it. We knew this was all going down, man. We know David's a sick, twisted fuck. And he needs help. I think David actually at this point is beyond help. Like he can't get he's beyond help. Yep. Yeah, how many people did David convince that they got healed because of him and they stopped taking their medicine? And David has told people that you're healed. You're healed. You don't need your medicine anymore. I know, Will Cartoon, it's like she just like laid back. She's like, foof, for the 3. All net, motherfucker. Evangelist Carey. I firmly believe David is beyond help. I do. With his age, given where he's at in life, David thinks he's done nothing wrong. Even with all this evidence mounting, and I'm sure his lawyer said, now there's a fucking trafficking expert on the case. David knew there was help. Yeah, Forrest Films, it was just a thought. It was a thought process. Like, what if he didn't, What if he didn't? I know Debbie was deposed, but Rick never put out fucking Debbie's deposition, right? What the fuck? Like, why did he only put out Michelle and David's? Like, what the fuck? Where's Debbie's at? Because he deposed her too. That's where I'm at with it too. He should have put out Debbie's too. No, fuck that. Put her out too. You deposed all 3 of them. You should have put out all the fucking depositions if he's going to do it. Like, why hold back? It was just a thought process, man. It ultimately was to expose David. That's why Rick did it. No one would know who David is. Exactly right. And maybe Rick Frazier already knew about the debauchery and shit that was going on. He's like, nah, this guy's a piece of shit. Like, this is it. I'm going to put the money up and Rick did pay the money to put the video up, you guys. Okay. People pay to put views up. That was back in the day. I guess that's when it was still a thing back then. Like, you could promote your video. So fuck. I'm sure there was a way he could do it back then. And he did just that. He did just that. And yes, he paid the money. It was $96,000, $96,000. Oh yeah, regardless if David can be helped, he belongs in prison. Straight up. David doesn't belong out on the streets, no. This is a dangerous man. I mean, it's just insane. It's just insane. And not again, he laid out a roadmap, had everything in digital fucking form. I know Rick's sitting back laughing his ass off now. He's like, ha ha, busted. Finally got caught. And like Rim Allen said, dude, this lady coming on, Lindsay. Oh. Look, she's all, I'll fuck your day up with a smile on my face. I can't wait. I can't wait till she hits the floor, man. And David's like, uh-oh. Got a real problem here now. Have to answer to a woman? And yeah, David, you're going to have to answer to a woman. You will have to answer to her. And in the end, they don't bring these people on for no reason. There will be no audio. There will be nothing else. It's just court records here now, man. Nothing. There will be no audio. Nope. No audio. There won't be. No. This is now at the judge's bench. Oh no, dude! I think they were doing it I think they were already deep into it by then, because Michelle got there 2013ish, and when Michelle got there, the money took off. So no, they were already into it. They were into it, Eli. Dude, we should all go up to like Detroit or something, or like go to one of the residential centers and have a party. Yeah, Rick Fraser probably like best $96,000 I ever spent. And it all started over this 10%, man. Had David just given back the 10% and not went in there looking so fucking smug and like he was better than everybody, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be here. And just think, this is just one that we know of. This is only one guy. So what? That was done in 2015. We're 10 years later, man. Man, it just barely nailed him. That's about right. That's about the time frame for the feds. About 10 years, man. It's pretty typical, seems like. Diddy's was fuck. No, Diddy's was like. Diddy started in 2008. Diddy started a long ass time ago. Oh, Rim Allen. Hey, Rim Allen. Hold on. You want to see Michelle's? I like this one. Hey, check this out. Rim Allen, you'll love this, bro. You'll love this. Check this out. You're gonna laugh, bro. This is Michelle, bro. This is Michelle's dumbass. Look at her. Look at what she says in this. Look. I think this is the best. This is the best, I think, right here. I know David's more of a degenerate than P. Diddy, and it is. David's indictment was bigger than P. Diddy's. I know, right? She's fucking dumb, dude. She's fucking dumb. That's what we're saying. Oh, don't email that to me. You guys make sure you text that. I can delete text messages. Yeah, how's Michelle gonna fucking get out of it at this point? Exactly. This is self-incriminating. This is self-incriminating evidence. Hey, don't email that to me because they could find out. Make sure you text me. I know, you guys, that's the thing. Hey, if anybody out there is committing crimes on your phone and you're trying to delete it, don't, guess what? It's there forever. Don't do it. Don't fucking commit crimes on your phone. It's stupid. Don't video it. It's stupid. It lives forever. All right? Michelle's going to find out real quick. Oh, you guys found those emails. Oops. My bad. Mind those emails. I know exactly. It's like Michelle fucking gift wrapped into fucking evidence for me. Like, hey, you guys want to see a whole blueprint of what we did? They did. Rim Allen, for real, bro. For real, dude. It's like, hey, let me go ahead and gift wrap that for you. Like the day the feds showed up and raided them, they had the cars bowed. They had bows on the cars. Gift wrap, bulletproof. They're like, fuck. I know. It's like, yeah, but it is. It's like, dude, this is like the next level of just idiot. Like, more. I don't know. I wouldn't even fucking do that, dude. Dude, I know these guys aren't even good fucking criminals. Yeah. They're not even good fucking criminals. They're not even good fucking criminals. That's the thing. It's like, hey, Dude, text messages. This is discoverable. You can't email me. You got to text me. I think Michelle, I don't know if Michelle has a fucking brain. Really don't. Crazy that David went to bed that night not knowing it'd be his last night as a free man, 5 a.m. Oh, I know. Wouldn't that just fucking suck, dude? Like going to bed, like not knowing it's going to be your last free night and you just get woke up by the feds at like 4:30. David E. Taylor, get your ass out of bed. This is the FBI. Make an example. Dude, they made an example. 54. What up? What up?
You got this other idiot.
Well, if it's in me, it's in you. There are times when I look at people and I see nothing worth liking.
There are times I look at people and I see nothing worth liking. Yeah, Big Mike will take a deal. Big Mike will take a deal. But again, it's like, I don't know. I just hope. I just hope that they don't put a deal up for Michelle. That they no, this isn't a deal. You're not getting a deal out of this case. This is what we're off. This is what you're gonna get. Now, whether the jury convicts you or not, it's a different story. But if you do, this is what you're getting. And I hope that's what they're telling him. No deal. No deal on the table on this one. And I don't know if there is. I don't. Uncle Jake, is there a deal on the table? Do we know? I don't know if there's a deal on the table. We haven't heard anything. They're saying, hey, this is what the charges carry. We haven't heard anything, the prosecutor or the defense saying, hey, there is a deal on the table. I haven't anyways. Haven't seen any of the records or anything like that. But, oh, Big Mike, she's on ankle monitor, but she's, okay, check this out. Hang on. That's Michelle's. Okay, hang on. Rim Allen, I want to get to where Michelle tells the judge that she understands the conditions of her bond several times. Let's take a peek here. Okay, right here. Rim Allen. Check this out. So the judge indicating you'll find a way to enable. Okay, so she's the prosecutor said she can't have any association with a church. And she's standing there in court, like, picture this, Michelle standing there in a fucking jumpsuit, and they're arguing the terms and conditions of her bond. I love it. I'm like, I'm in the judge's bench, like looking down at her, fucking just seeing her standing there like a pathetic little fucking girl. Yes, sir, Your Honor, I understand. They gave David E. Taylor 5 extra pages for his rebuttal to the prosecution. They're like, we'll give you 5 extra pages because your other ones didn't matter anyways. So we can expect that soon. Okay, cool. So here, Rim Allen, look, the judge asked her, are you following this? Look. Yes, Your Honor. You'll be locked up immediately. You understand? Yes, sir. And he asked her. She answers in the affirmative. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times. She answered in the affirmative. Well, I found out, Rim Allen, that she violated the terms and conditions of her bond by contacting people from the cult on Facebook, out of all fucking places, too. So there's that. Now, hopefully, within the next few weeks, they go out and arrest her ass just before fucking Christmas and lock her ass up for fucking Christmas. Be like, nope, you violated your terms and conditions of bond. You're going back to jail. And you know, hey, Rim Allen, you know what else was cool? Let's take a peek here. No, she don't understand, but check this out. This was the other good part. So the financial officer, Miss Didell, she was telling the judge, like, hey, Your Honor, she has no independent funds of her own that we're aware of. And look what the judge tells, look at what the judge tells her. This is funny. This is funny. The court, right? Okay, Your Honor, but she doesn't have any assets. Oh, this is it. Okay, well, that's going to be her problem. I'm here to set terms and conditions of bond. And he tells her, we don't detain people simply because they're poor or homeless. She can't be associated with the organization anymore. What she does from here on out, not my business, but she better not be contacting the cult in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, she's going to get locked up for it. And the judge flat out told her, hey, fuck around, Michelle. He told her, fuck around and find out. He told her. He flat out told her, don't do it. If you do, I will. Immediately. Fuck no, it won't. And not only that, like the judge gave her a fucking chance. The judge is giving her a chance, like, okay, I'm going to give you a chance. She clearly, yeah, they sent her 127,000 and they fucking rug pulled that shit from her too. Yeah. Yeah, they took that from her right away. Yeah, that was after they gave her a fucking bond. Yeah. And she wasn't working. And just $127,000 shows up in one of her accounts automatically. Yeah, where'd that money come from, Michelle? Yoink, that's our money now. And it happened just like that. Michelle probably like, yeah, I finally got some money, but the feds are like, nope, that's ours. Thank you. You're under criminal investigation right now. You aren't working, and $127,000 just shows up magically in your account. Would you like to tell us about that, Miss Brennan? Where did it come from? Yeah, it's going to be a problem. Which one was that, Uncle Jake? Which one was that? 10. Filing last Wednesday. Let me pull it up here. I think I have that one. Oh, Uncle Jake, there's one just uploaded. Hang on. Let's see what it is. Here we go. Hot off the press. Bam. It's like they gave him 3 extra pages. They're like, you could have 3. Filing 69. Okay. Why can't I can't see all of them for whatever fucking reason. Show all. Oh, there it is. Oh yeah. Yeah, here's the response from Roberson right there. Signatures. Oh, so it looks like they gave him 13 pages, maybe, Uncle Jake. Yeah, that's for 5 more pages. Government agrees reply brief may be extended to 13 pages. Oh, that's right, because it was like 8. It was like 8 in the original, right? Okay. This one right here, Uncle Jake. Page limit. Yeah, this is a brief. Extended to 13. Let's take a peek here. The defendant does not object to extra pages submitted by the government to respond to procedural, legal, and factual raised motion. Defendant's reply brief is due December 3rd, which would have been tomorrow. It requires that a reply brief not exceed 7 pages. The government agrees the defendant's reply brief may be extended to 13. Okay, so 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 6 pages. So he gets an extra 6 pages. Okay. So he doesn't get an extra 13, he gets an extra 6. Okay. That's what it looks like. Gotcha. Yeah, right here. Here you go. This is the reply from last week, Uncle Jake. This is filing 69. So this is, again, this is the reply from the United States saying he doesn't need bond. He's too dangerous. Here's why. And I agree, David doesn't deserve bond. Because he was exploiting women. He was fucking exploiting women, man. Getting a fly well in prison, man. Bail Reform Act. Money laundering. Okay, that's just the charges. They always go over the charges at the very beginning. Oh, we can't talk about it here. Oh, okay. Didn't know. It's on Pacer. Like, what the fuck? It's on Pacer. I can't. I don't know if they'll have another bond hearing or not. I don't know. I don't know. He's it's like he's got to write. He's replying to the court still. Oh, okay. Which one? You can't. Okay. Let's see. Judge all missed detention hearings this hearing to been called up to examine witnesses supporting release. Filed the motion for reconsideration. Bail Reform Act. Yeah, the judge very well may do that. I mean, it's like it's asking the judge to be like, "Hey, judge, will you go back on your decision?" The judge will be like, "No, I already made my decision. Why would I go back on it? My mind hasn't changed." You know, I think I would like to think that's how judges in these cases work. Like, what makes you think my decisions changed from the time I sentenced him to now? What makes you guys think anything has changed? He hasn't presented a shred of evidence that would lead me to believe. Okay, there's no timeline, so we could just let it sit there. That's fucking awesome. But he's a good judge. He's gonna respond, I think. He'll respond. He's a good judge. All right. If David gets sent in his prison, he'd have plenty of stories to tell you. So this is what it's saying. Provides that a detention hearing may be reopened before or after determination by judicial officer any time before trial if the judicial officer finds that information exists and that was not known to the avant at the time of the hearing. So what David's trying to do is reopen his detention hearing. But he's got to bring proof, facts, why he should be let out. I know David's gonna join the fucking like the Muslim Brotherhood or some shit. Yep. He's gonna claim he's a prophet in the Muslim Brotherhood. He'd be like, the fuck out of here. All right, let's see here. Nah, they're not letting him out. This is just David bitching about it, really. Just bitching, saying, "Oh, I should be let out." I would like to if I have the time. We'll see. You know, a lot of things are happening in April. April is my birthday, so I might be out of town, and you know, I might go see my family. But I don't think the trial is going to happen in April. I don't. Why would it? They have so much evidence to uncover still. I know. David E. Taylor's lawyer cited a couple laws, but it wasn't much. He cited a couple laws, but it wasn't enough. He presented no new information. And that's one of the things. He should have presented new information, but he didn't. Detention as well through made these same arguments in his briefs. Arguments did not justify. Yeah, he was already trying to get out of detention the first time. And he brought the same bullshit fucking story. And they're like, nope, you're still on detention. Yeah. There's more indictments coming. I mean, Lindsay Robertson, human trafficking. I mean, that should be a clear sign. This was a real deal, man. What David was doing. Fuck, man. We knew that David was human trafficking. Hey, Dallas, it's good to see you, man. Hey, I've been really thinking, like, sending you some good vibes today for your dog, man. I am, dude. So I hope you're doing okay today, man. Hope you're doing better. But yeah, I'm with you. Dallas, if I could, dude, I would go. It's just time. If it's at the right time, right place, then I would love to, because I also told these survivors that if they were going to be on the stand and if we were going to be allowed in the courtroom to support them, we absolutely would be there. If I wasn't there, I know some people have already said, I'm fucking going. So if I can't be there, would some of you guys up there in that area be okay on the days that these survivors go and testify to go and support them? If you are, you don't need to tell me. That's cool. Just go and support them. Okay. Let them know that we're there. Whether it's me, anybody else in the community, if you have plans of going, go back up to survivors when they go testify. That's when they're gonna need us the most. Grand jury's in session right now. It's in the district on Thursday, but in a few more weeks. Yeah. Hey, David's not going to get Christmas this year. David didn't get Thanksgiving this year. Yeah, if I can be there, I would like to be there for like at least a part of it. I probably won't be able to do the whole thing, but I would definitely like to take some time and go up there for like, say, like midweek or something. That's good, Dallas. Right on. That's good. You adopt right away. That's cool, man. Sometimes that's the best way to do it. It helps your heart heal, man. It helps your heart heal. It does. It's a tough blow when you lose your dog, man. And I always say, David, like, look, David, these people that we talk about, Dallas, they'll never know what that's like, bro. You know? Take pleasure in that these fucks will never know like what that type of empathy and love is like. So exactly, right? And it's like if he's got to whack his pud, like he's got to do it like in front of a bunch of dudes. Like his whole sex addiction has been rug pulled, man. The time frame of the conspiracy charges in the indictment is April 2013. That's important in this because that's how far they're going back. What's that tell you? 12 years. So they're going from 2013 to 2025. So they're going back fucking 12 years on David. So think about that. Think of how much evidence they have to uncover. Well, no, those were actually for his top 9 earners. But what I found out from Soups is that those cars were bought for the top 9, but they hardly ever drove them. They were just another one of David's things, and they were putting other people's name in the ministry or in the cult. So say ministry, it's a fucking cult. But yeah, the cars were putting other people's names. Yep. And then nobody got to drive them. David's like, oh, I'm going to buy you these cars, but he's fucking working everybody to fucking death. He's going to get ditties in prison. Oh, he might. I don't know. I know. That's right. Exactly right. David can't do anything in private anymore. Exactly. Nothing's in private anymore. You're right. Right, Lavelle? Nothing's in private anymore. Everything in David's life is under complete control by somebody else. You thinking God gonna come down and help him out of this one? God's like, hey, I think you could go ahead and handle this one on your own, my guy. Can't blame me. You did this on your own. Furthermore, Taylor claims regarding Rick Fraser and Rick Holmes were done to Taylor at the time of the detention hearings. Oh, man. He's still trying to blame me and Rick Fraser. You know what, Dallas? It wouldn't surprise me, bro. I know, Kim, and exactly, Kim. It was cured by fucking force. Mm-hmm. You're exactly right. Cured by force. And these women that David has tried to exploit, they don't have to worry about him anymore. Okay? Because if you felt at any time scared of David, we get it, but you don't have to be scared of this guy anymore, okay? He's not getting out of jail. They have control of all his devices, as far as we know. They are going through them now, and they're finding all the images. Okay, so any woman that's ever sent, hey, Uncle Bruce. An explicit image to David. Our government now has it. Doesn't matter where you are in the world. If you sent it, the government has it. Joseph, hiding like a little bitch. Hiding. Rim Allen, hiding. Somebody brought up a good point. Maybe back up in Indiana with his parents. But Joseph split. Joseph split. He's out. That's what I'm thinking. He got the fuck out, bro. Rim Allen. Joseph got out. He's like, dude, I'm out. Yeah, Joseph seems like a kind of creep, man. He does. Joseph seems like a creep. Yep, he's from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Yep, Fort Wayne. I think he could have went back up there. Who knows, though? Who knows where he went, man? Go having dreams about a food coma. Oh, hey, you guys want to hear real? Tina Mitchell. I don't know if the judge is aware yet. The people that I've spoken to that are close, that know more than I do. And there's people out there that know more than we do about this shit, that are closer, that have other contacts. But this contact was solved, and the day they called, they're like, she violated her bond. She's using Facebook to contact the cult. I was like, we knew it. We knew it. Won't say who it is, but no, we knew she was going to violate her fucking bond because she thinks the rules don't apply to her. Not at all. She thinks the rules do not apply to her. Why is she going to follow them? So, yeah. And that's the thing. The feds were supposed to monitor all her shit. The feds were supposed to monitor all her shit. Hit that like, subscribe too. If you're just dropping in here, we're talking about how David collected explicit photos and used exploitation for control. You know, Tina, I don't know. I think she goes back here like sometime this week or something. She was supposed to go recently. But yeah, I don't know if the judge knows or not. If Michelle gets locked up, we will know. Because it'll be on the docket. There'll be an entry for a bond violation. There'll be an entry saying that Michelle violated her bond and that she's been brought back into before the court. And then they'll question her. The judge, she's going to be brought back before the judge. She's going to be brought back before the judge. Okay, Crypt Keeper. Dude, that guy's broke as fuck, everybody. I found that out from another pastor that knows him really well. He's like, nah. He's like, dude, that guy's fucking strapped broke. I was like, where's he at now? He's like, probably trying to figure out where he's going to get his next paycheck. I was like, are you serious? He's like, yeah. He's like, that guy's fucking broke. He has no money. Crypt Keeper's like broke. He depended on David for money. Straight up. So where Crypt Keeper's at? Don't know. Disappeared after all the shit went down. George Scott? Yeah. He's broke. Tina Mitchell? Yeah. George Scott's broke. Like I was talking to this pastor that hosted him, man. Yeah, there'll be an arrest order on the docket. If Michelle gets picked up, you guys, we will for sure let everybody know. Trust us. We're now in a full tracking mode on the case right now. We're monitoring the docket every day, seeing what orders are getting uploaded because we're following this all the way to the end, you guys. Yep. Yeah, George Scott. Yeah. Okay, so about 8 months ago, right? It was almost a year ago that I actually called this church and told the guys like, hey man, I see you're having George Scott come. Don't have him come. He's gonna fucking scam your parishioners. He's like, well, his parents are good, and he's like, what's weird is you're the second person that's called me today and told me that. He's like, but George Scott comes from a good family, and I just don't believe that. I'm like, all right, dude. All right. Dude calls me back about 6 months ago. And he was like, yeah, you called and told me about George Scott saying that he was going to come and scam me. And he's like, he did. And I was like, I told you he was going to. I don't know why you didn't listen to me. And it was some old timer, very nice guy, and I felt genuinely bad for him. because he had this whole persona about George Scott came from a good family and that his parents, like, they're good people, so George Scott must be a good person. I'm like, nah, that's not always the case, buddy. Sorry, it doesn't work like that. I know you think it does, but let me tell you, in the real world, it doesn't work like that. Look at fucking Ted Bundy. He came from a really good family and he ended up being a fucking serial killer, right? Same with who's another one came from a good family. Ed Kemper, no, his mom was a fucking cruel bitch. Ted Bundy, that's the best one I could think of right now. Ted Bundy came from a good family. Look at what he did. Okay. Just because somebody comes from a good family doesn't mean they're going to be a good person. So you can't always think that. But yeah, exploitation, man. David's going to get in deep shit. And there's proof. Again, we've talked about it. David even sent text messages. Michelle sent fucking emails saying, don't do this because that's discoverable. I mean, this criminal enterprise, it's done. Bill and Joseph came out with the cult. Oh, that's Jeff Morton. Yeah, Jeff Morton was filming that one. No, and I've actually talked to that guy. Brian, nice guy. Brian's a nice guy. You take people out of this element with David, and people's lives change immensely once they're away from this sack of shit, man. David's a bad person. That's an understatement. He's a bad person. Oh shit. Jalen Brunts, Timothy Shakur. Okay, deposition, several court cases, money laundering, human trafficking, forced labor. Fuck. And now he's in jail. He's on a no bond right now. He's literally he's asking Trump for a fucking pardon too, by the way. He's trying to get out on bond. He's arguing, he's going back and forth with the courts right now trying to get out on bond. The judge said, "No bond." That's where we're at now. Timeline of what happened from 2015 till now. The feds are, the indictment covers 2013 to 2025. So now if more indictments come out, like we pretty sure there are, Jalen, especially with this human trafficking prosecutor brought on the case, it's not looking good. It's really not looking good. The feds are literally taking their fucking hand out, fucking just slapping the cards down one at a time. Bam, watch. Eventually they're going to bring out like another prosecutor that's going to specialize in something else. You're like, boom. We have a DEA prosecutor here now too. I'm sure, pretty sure it wasn't about the alcohol, tobacco, or firearms. Pretty sure it's about the drugs that you guys are running in and out of the place. Never know. You think he's gonna shit his pants in court? I can see him doing that. Dropping a big old fucking hot one in court while he gets all fucking nervous. It's a big old hot steamer. Oh man. Look at him sit there and laugh like a fucking clown. This is why he's in fucking jail. Is because this sack of shit went in there thinking he was smarter than everybody, was going to fucking try and skirt a legal process. And it ultimately raised more ears than fucking turned people away. Everybody's like, yo, this is a fucking train wreck. Let's watch it. Well, no, they were laughing. They were going back and forth and they were laughing right now. No, that was David saying, oh, Rick is crazy. They're going back and forth and David was just being a smug little fucking walrus piece of shit. Look at him. Rick crazy, man. Fucking piece of shit. Now he's in jail. How can I still be offering phones? Where is the money going? Good question, Karen. Somebody had to open up a different bank account, I'm sure. And trust me, we've expressed, I know the survivors have too. We have as a community. You know, based off the most recent court documents, I think he still thinks I work for Rick. He does. He could play Predator, right? But Karen, I don't know. I think somebody might have opened a different bank account. And I think the feds are tracking every dollar that's going in there still. I just don't know. I don't know how they're doing it. That's a big question we have right now. But I know once the convictions are handed down, they'll take everything. They'll take his entire enterprise. They're probably, it wouldn't surprise me if the feds are already in the process of getting the paperwork together and be like, all right, let's get all the paperwork together. Because we have to go serve warrants again on all the properties. God, what a rush, man. I'm just thinking like, I'm putting myself in like a federal agent's shoes and going in on a bus in a raid like that. Like not only the logistics, but like sneaking around, you know, fucking getting all tacked out and sneaking around and fucking kicking doors down. How do they track gold and cash? Well, there's witnesses to the gold and how it came in. I know how it came in. It came in from New Zealand. Came in from New Zealand. Yeah, some guy in New Zealand gave it over to him. It was going to be cash, but then he had the gold, so he gave him the gold instead. Yeah. Yeah, he could try whatever he wants. He's in too deep with the charges. You're exactly right. The charges are too deep now. Huh? Especially with the fucking text messages, man. Even the judge said, like, you know, not only is there allegations, but there's text messages that are set forth. Like, not only is people telling us that you did this, hey, Aaron Olson, but there's people telling us that you did this, Mr. Taylor. But Mr. Taylor, there's also text messages set forth that you were telling people to do this. Oh, God, I love this magistrate.
Recalling case 25-20560, United States of America versus David Taylor.
Sarah Cohen, on behalf of the United States. Thank you. Just put your appearance again on the record, please.
He'll be vindicated.
Scott Rosenblum. I'm sorry. I was just getting...
Oh, he's going to go to jail, Tin Man. He's going to go to jail, Tin Man. David's going to jail.
Notes for what you're going to say.
Oh, okay. All right.
Watch this. Listen.
Mr. Taylor, I'm going to say some things that the folks in this courtroom have probably heard a couple more times today, but it is part of my decision-making process. And the first thing is you are entitled to the presumption of innocence. There is nothing that has taken place in this hearing today, anything that was in the government's proffer, its memorandum, or anything that I might set forth in any finding that's intended or should affect that presumption of your innocence. And this is a detention hearing, and it's governed by the Bail Reform Act. And that act says that detention is considered an exceptional step. Bond is presumed unless it is determined that there are no conditions or combination of conditions that will reasonably assure your appearance or reasonably assure the safety of the community. And the act requires that I impose the least restrictive measures to provide those reasonable assurances. Now, in your case, with the charges that you are facing, it is a presumption case. And that means that these charges are so serious by their very nature that Congress has decided that it is presumed you don't get bond. But as your lawyer said, that presumption can be overcome. And I understand the government overcome the presumption, but you just need some evidence to overcome it. You don't have a criminal history, and you have ties to varying communities. So I'm going to assume that you have overcome the presumption of detention. But then I have to look to the 3142G factors. They were all talked about here today in some way, shape, or another, and they're in the government's brief, and they're talked about in the brief that was filed by your lawyer. The first is the nature and circumstances of the offense. It's laid out in the indictment. It's very serious. These allegations are horrific. I understand that this is ostensibly a church, but from where the court sees it, it has serious questions. If churches that I know don't operate in this manner, and this is a presumption case, and so this factor, the nature and circumstances of the offense, and I understand you have what you have telling me a formidable defense to what is laid out in the indictment and the nature and circumstances. But what I'm looking at, it's serious. It weighs in favor of detention. Then I consider the weight of the evidence. It's not the weight of the evidence of your guilt or innocence. It's the weight of the evidence as to your risk of non-appearance or danger to the community. And as to your risk of non-appearance, the government has set forth here today and in its memorandum, that you have some financial means potentially. I don't know if it's super significant for you to go a lot of places, but what's really concerning about me is that you have ties so many different places in so many different states, and you have supporters, I'm hearing, of 200,000 people, and that gives me some concern that you are a risk of non-appearance.
Throw it as hard as you want. Go on. Watching it zip away.
David, I throw my pad as hard as I want.
Your ties and your supporters, and they only have to convince me by a preponderance of the evidence. And they've come really close to that. But I'm mostly concerned about the danger to the community, and they have to show clear and convincing evidence. And I look at what's set forth in the affidavit. Those aren't just, there's allegations, yes, but there's actual text messages that are set forth that enhance what's in the affidavit. And then I heard in the government's proffer today, and I understand this is an ongoing investigation and they are still uncovering things. And the things that they have told me today that they have uncovered are very concerning, very disturbing, and, indicative of your dangerousness. And I think your history and characteristics as well. You don't have a criminal history. And by your lawyer, you've been, serving in this ministry, and you have, you have supporters here who believe in you, and that would be a good thing in your favor. But it also cuts the other way too, because what's laid out here in this indictment and what I've read is really concerning, Mr. Taylor. You are alleged to lead this organization that is alleged to have engaged in some activity that is incredibly troubling, concerning to the court. So I think this all speaks to your dangerousness to the community, and I know your supporters completely disagree, but you don't have all just supporters. There are people who, you're going to have your witnesses at trial that say none of this happened. They're going to have their people that tell a very different story, and that's not unusual in situations like this. But from my vantage point, I'm extremely concerned. I'm also really concerned because there's no real good place right now for me to tell you where you could go, where you would be. No, you let me talk.
Okay.
You've talked. I know you proposed an address in this district that hasn't been vetted by pretrial services. I have no idea where that is. You don't have, you have some ties to this district. There was a church place here. But I'm not convinced that anything pretrial services has offered. I think one of the bond conditions of your co-defendant was to be completely separated from the church. I don't think that's possible here. I don't think there's any bond condition where, where you're proposing to live in North Carolina, that's still part of this whole organization. That's still part of it. And your supporters, if I understand what the government's saying in their investigation, part of that is to protect Mr. Taylor. And I don't know how the extent that protection might go, but Mr. Taylor, I think the only way I can keep the community safe and, to separate you from this organization, that's the only bond condition I could think, that would, I could possibly consider. I don't know.
First time I fucking heard this, man. Like hearing this judge like sigh and share our concern. Still to this day, hearing her was music to my fucking ears, man.
How to do it at this point. And bond requires trust. And, you say there's some discrepancies in the pretrial services report. But for me, I could see that you weren't completely forthcoming with the pretrial services officer. And I have a problem with that. That's your opportunity. And it doesn't appear that you were fully transparent. These allegations, what the government said in its proffer, I understand that the co-defendant, that individual did get bond, but I think these supporters heard, earlier in the case before this, I look at the cases individually, and your particular role, these particular allegations, what the government has said in its proffer, I do not believe, and I understand that we've got two pretrial services report that.
That's the funny thing about it, Rim Allen. It's like, dude, even when it mattered most, when it would have benefited him, he couldn't even be fucking honest.
Recommended bond with conditions. But from my vantage point, I do not believe that any of those conditions are sufficient to really assure your appearance and assure the safety of the community. And I know this ruling will come as a great disappointment to all of you who are sitting there, who are supportive of this.
You guys, exactly. Kim brings up a good point. The judge is abiding by the least restrictive means, and she's locking him up. I know, and I'm going to wrap it up because I'm playing Fortnite. But no, we'll wrap it up here.
But that's my decision, and I'm going to enter an order that keeps you in custody pending the resolution of your case. You do have a right to.
I like the way you put that, Kim. Like she's using the least restrictive means to ensure David will show up to court. She put him on detention. She's like, these are the least restrictive means. I gotta lock you up. And it is like Ray Allen said. He's like, wait a minute, the judge isn't as easy to manipulate as my followers. He's like, oh, wait a second, that's what happened here. And he is. David's like, oh shit, that's not supposed to happen. And you guys are all on point. It's like everything we're talking about at the one moment when David could have mattered and could have made a difference about his own well-being, he fucking lied to the court. Oh, Deansy, it's gonna get better, bro. But hey, I'm gonna shut it down, man. I'm gonna play Fortnite, man. I'm gonna fucking got a new Fortnite map, so it's kind of dope. So I'm gonna go play some Fortnite. Catch you guys on the next stream, man. But this is about the exploitation. That there's proof of it. We know David told people he would send out nude pictures if they weren't careful. Okay, so we know that. We know David was exploiting members. It wouldn't surprise me if he's exploiting children for work. And then using those means for control at the end. So there's proof of it. It's not going to end well for David in the end. He's fucked. Now that there's a human trafficking prosecutor on the case, he ain't going to stand a chance, man. You'll hit that like and subscribe on the way out. I don't like Rocket League, Fortnite for me, man. But y'all have a good night, man. Hit that like, subscribe on the way in or out. Hit that dislike too hit the dislike too. All the same. All right, man. Y'all have a good night. Thanks for tuning in.